Hey gaming wastelanders, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking about one of the best games in history, Streets of Rage 2. It's a personal favorite of mine and a must play if I have a friend over. Okay, before we start, make sure you subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon so you won't miss any future videos. Alright, let's start. Streets of Rage 2 is a side-scrolling bit video game published by Sega for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive. It is also known in Japan as Bare Knuckle 2. It was published in 1992. In the sequel of Streets of Rage, which was published in 1991, Axel Stone and Blaze Fielding's characters return when the game introduces two new characters, Max Thunder Hatchet and Eddie Skate Hunter, the younger brother of Adam Hunter in the first game. Streets of Rage 2 was created by an ad hoc team of several companies: Sega, Antique, Scream, Designworks, M&M Software, the Canon Group, and HIC. The same team originally programmed the game. Since its release, Streets of Rage 2 has received critical acclaim and topped the sales charts for several months. Lots and lots of money and Zelda rupees. The game is generally regarded as one of the best entries in the series, one of the best beat-em-up games for the Sega Genesis, and one of the best video games of all time. The game literally surpassed Final Fight 2 for the Super Nintendo. Ayano Koshiro, a veteran, has been the chief graphic designer and one of the planners of the game design team. He has designed graphics, characters, and battle mechanics. He was actually a good designer, as you can guess from the design of his name. His brother, Yuzo Koshiro, the lead music composer, also gave some input on the game. The siblings took inspiration from Capcom's Street Fighter II, an arcade cabinet they installed in the old office.
Street Fighter 1 was originally planned, but after having it in the office and playing the game is when we decided it should be hauled outside to be burned and never mentioned again.
Streets of Rage 2 was coded by the same programming team that did the original game. Programmers have improved the features of the Mega Drive cartridge to make it possible to add more features and additional memory cache. The chiptune music soundtrack for Streets of Rage 2 was composed by musician Yuzo Koshiro, with several contributions from Motohiro Kawashima. It was created using Koshiro's own audio programming language as well as the NEC PC-8801 hardware. According to Koshiro,
I used PC-88 for bare copying an original programming language that I created myself. The original name was MML, the Macro Music Language. It's based on the NEC's basic program, but I changed it drastically. It's a basic style language, but I changed it to look more like an assembly. I've called it Music Love. I've used it for all the bare knuckle games.
The soundtrack was influenced by electronic dance music, especially house, techno, hardcore techno, and breakbeat. The Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack is regarded as revolutionary and ahead of its time for its blend of stylish house synth, dirty electric funk, and transy electronic textures that would feel as at home in a nightclub video. The soundtrack received a lot of positive acclaim for its techno-based tracks, which impressed many gamers and critics at the time, especially due to the audio limitations of the Mega Drive/Genesis console. Most notably, the boss theme is considered one of the best boss themes of the 16-bit era. The reception for the soundtrack was so great that the game's music composer, Yuzo Koshiro, was invited to nightclubs to DJ the tracks. Yuzo was also asked to DJ at the Nintendo corporate party since the DJ who played the Balls 3D SNES soundtrack was fired. Let's have a look at the storyline. It's been a year since Adam Hunter, Axel Stone, and Blaze Fielding successfully defeated Mr. X. No one can beat him and break the city's syndicated crime organization's grip. Peace has returned to the streets. Once empty neighborhoods are being restored and prosperity has returned to the city. Adam returned to the police force when Axel and Blaze moved out of town. They found work as bodyguards and dance instructors. Wait, dance instructors? On the anniversary of their victory over the Syndicate, Adam, Axel, and Blaze reunited to celebrate and talk about old times. But you know, people can't bear happiness. They are always jealous even at their own peace. So the next day, however, Axel received a frantic call from Adam's younger brother, Eddie Skate Hunter, who was returning home from school to see their house completely destroyed. Worst of all, no one at the police station had seen or heard of Adam since that morning. Axel and Blaze rushed to investigate and find a picture of Adam wearing a chain lying at the feet of a man they know very well. Mr. X and the Syndicate return and kidnap Adam in the hope of trapping Axel and Blaze, thirsting for revenge. No, they did try to kidnap Blaze, but the gangs that were sent to her place never made it back. Adam's disappearance marks the beginning of a new nightmare. The perpetrators have come out onto the streets to recover. Gangs roamed the park. Bikers carrying pipe bombs made the roads deadly for night commuters. Incidents of beatings and looting are regular in public in broad daylight. Chaos reigned in the city, much worse than before. Axel and Blaze tried to communicate with their old friends in the army, who once backed them up with heavy artillery, but everyone they know has either been fired or relocated. This time, the Syndicate was in complete control, and the two former cops were on their own. With the help of Adam's brother Skate and Max's friend Max, Axel and Blaze set out to rescue their friend and destroy Mr. X once and for all. The worst collection of punks and brawlers ever stood in their way. Add an army of professional fighters who are especially ready to take them on. After its release in North America, it was one of the top 5 best-selling Genesis games in December 1992 and Babbage's top 5 best-selling Genesis games for several months in March 1993. In Japan, it was the best-selling Mega Drive game in January 1993, and in its first week, it charted in all formats. It beat out Awesome Possum and Shaq Fu for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive. In Europe, it was the third best-selling video game between 1992 and early 1993, behind Super Mario Kart and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. In the United Kingdom, Streets of Rage debuted on January 2nd, 1993 as the number 1 bestseller on both the Mega Drive chart and the console game chart in all formats. The UK tried to change the name to Streets of Peace 2 due to the censorship in the UK. Don't believe me? What did they call the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game in the UK? It was called Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Next on the UK sales chart was the number 2 console game in February, Super Mario Kart, and the number 1 Mega Drive game, number 2 on all format chart in March, and topping it in April 1993. 5 console games and the top 3 Mega Drive games. As of 2011, the Xbox Live Arcade digital version of Streets of Rage 2 has sold 184,555 units on the Xbox 360 console. As of August 2020, GameStat estimates that the game has 570,000 players on the Xbox 360 and 1.5 million on the PlayStation 3. The free-to-play Android version of Streets of Rage 2 Classic has received more than 1 million mobile game downloads by 2019. Since its release, Streets of Rage 2 has received the Mega Game Award from Sega and the Sega Force Smash Award from Sega Force. It received GameFam Golden Mega Awards for Best Game, Best Action Fighting Game, and Best Game Music. The Mega Reader Awards voted it the best beat-em up of 1992. Electronic Gaming Monthly awarded it in 1993 for Hottest Video Game Babe. I assume it's Blaze and not Axel. In addition, you have to admit, if you're going to beat up on bad guys, why not do it in your club outfit? Respect Blaze, respect. If you have any questions, please comment below. We will be making more videos like this, so stay connected. Also, let me know if you prefer a traditional gaming documentary. I'm thinking about doing my next video with that in mind. I also wanted to thank my 5th subscriber. A major shout out goes to you. Thank you.